matchup. Yeah, you can put. Yeah, I can put that up. I vote we start early anyway, and we just squeeze something else bonus in there if Deku can't make it early.
One, two. We in here? Bonus game. Blue playing karaoke. I don't think I do anyway. I can hear you.
Last run of Trashathon 2017. It's been a wild, crazy 30-hour and 45-minute sleepless ride, well, with the exception of like 3 hours thus far. And we're finally at a game where we had multiple donation incentives and met every single objective. He says he can't hear anyone else. What's going on?
Hmm? Should be able to.
All right, well, I am ready to start the timer whenever you are if you want to count us down.
All right. I take it audio's good then?
Looks good to me.
Sure. Yeah, it looks good to me too, so. I'm just gonna turn down my game capture a little tiny bit. That should be good. Okay, Kaio can hear us both, so awesome. And I will be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So this game is pretty new. The route seems pretty good already, which is kind of interesting. But obviously there will be some improvements, but as of right now, it's pretty good. I've been having a lot of fun learning this game over the last week. I didn't even know it when I submitted it. One of the complaints I have though, is motion controls and the use of motion controls. They're all over the place in this game. Especially for these rolls.
You kind of have to shake the controller and it makes you sound like you're shaking something that's not a controller.
Yeah.
It makes you sound like you may or may not be checking yourself with appropriate regularity, if you catch what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what we're all about, though.
Precisely. That's why we raised $160. That's why we need about 90 more. I'm confident we can hit 90 more dollars in 2 more runs. Might be some terrible misplaced confidence, but look at that.
Look at that
Look,
frog.
that is a fast frog.
Woo! You can see my boy Frog Mario down there in the left side of this layout here. Going fast. He does best.
Drifting.
There's a bomb. Alright, so pretty typical of Mario games. The boss fights themselves pretty much fun. There's a few... Okay, nice. There's a few things you can do. Nothing too big. Alright, so Nintendo was nice enough to give us skippable cutscenes in this game.
They're saying the game music is a little loud on your end.
Okay, I can deal with that shortly. bit better.
So there aren't too many weird, like, glitch type things that have been discovered yet. It's all mainly, like, somewhat intended crazy movement.
Yeah, which I think is part of the reason why I'm enjoying this run so much lately. Is it does have, like, one kind of unintended part, which is in the last mech fight with the rabbits or whatever. But other than that, it seems pretty much all, like you said, crazy intended movement. Alright, we got the dino jump. So there's a pretty cool strat, a couple ways of it that you can do in this fight. He's gonna throw the chainsaw, and you can kind of stop it in place by jumping on it. It's a little precise, but not too bad. This was actually realized a couple of days ago.
Wow, that actually speeds this fight up a lot.
Yep. It's a little hard, like you saw there. The one backflip is a little harder to time, but okay. Still seeing turn up voice volume. I can't turn the voice volume up, but I can bring the mic a little closer to my face. It's full volume. This might be a little bit better.
Put the mic down your throat, is what we've been told.
That'll be a $10 incentive for my run. I will insert the mic in my throat for the rest of the run.
He ain't even gonna do it, he's gonna use a grapefruit instead.
Heard it's just as good.
Apparently, Mystery is playing Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. Whoops. Not a mystery anymore.
Yeah, don't worry, you can't actually talk to Mystery. You would need a mobile phone app.
Grand Moon Get.
I mean, let's call it what it is. There's 3. It's a triple moon.
Yeah. It's weird that they call the moons something different in English in the Chinese, when you have Chinese language set.
It's kind of like how if you're looking at, say, TPHD, you have Get In versus Goat In.
Yeah. Goat In just seems so weird. Remember when moons just gave you 3 lives? Alright, so the route through Sand Kingdom is going to be a little bit different with the incentives. I'm going to be grabbing some purple coins here.
And you'll be cold until you have a quality poncho. Then you'll be really cold.
So doing these moons a little out of order, but should have, let me see here, yep, there's 15. The incentive in this world is to grab a costume, and one of the other incentives, or there's 2 other incentives, both have been met, Strawberry?
Yeah, everything's been met for
Awesome.
Mario Odyssey.
The other incentives are New Donk City Festival, as well as the scooter chase in New Donk. Or Metro. Okay. Before I go over... Oops, let me just quickly go up here. Grab this. Almost forgot it. This is the slowest moon in the sand route so far, is just waiting around for this bird.
He can't keep up. There's too many moon gets.
There are so many moon gets.
That's all this game is moon gets.
Alright, costume get. Alright, this next moon is kind of a hassle. I'd love to rat it out, but this kingdom is kind of weird. Like, a lot of the moons are really far out of the way. So there's not really a good replacement for it right now that's obvious. The only reason I hate it is because there's no real visual cue. It's just the center of this. Okay, sweet. Get it, second try. Costume get.
He's got a lot of moon gets to moon get.
I'm quite impressed, Matt.
I think he still owes us like 2 more moon gets.
Alright, this is a little bit of a weird bounce. It's kind of hard. Okay, if you delay your dive, you can get a jump like that.
He can't spam that much, Kappa.
Whoops.
Get quite a bit of bonk get.
Yeah, I know. That was rough. I'm gonna grab a couple extra coins just for safety.
So if you've not played Mario Odyssey and you don't understand what's going on, basically Mario has an airship and they're powered by these power moons. And he's trying to chase down Bowser because Bowser is having a somewhat forcible wedding ceremony with Peach.
In 2017, no less.
Yep.
Alright, this moon here is a little scary.
And Deku said he could be ready by 4:30 to 5, so that's probably plenty of time.
The coins are for safety in case A, I die, or B, I don't collect enough by, there are 2 moons that we're gonna buy in this run. One is in the Wooded Kingdom and one is in Snow, so you need 200 coins. And since I'm gonna be doing extra stuff that I'm not used to in the run because of donation incentives, I just want to have a few more in case I die. You lose 10 coins when you die.
Thank Mr. Cactus.
Thank Mr. Cactus. Forgot.
If you fail to thank Mr. Cactus, your run
Runs.
will be Cactus.
Runs over. Your run will be rectus. That sounds wrong in all different kinds of ways. Yeah, no problem, Jowser.
Get the checker app. Check yourself.
Is it free? Is it a free app?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a free app.
Sick. Kaio's trying to get at the lore. The Chinese speeds up the run because the Chinese language the idea of words fit into less characters, so more meaning in less characters is basically why it's faster.
That's
Less
why
text
Japanese is
boxes.
faster in most older games.
Yes, that is exactly why.
Basically, in every game nowadays, they'll have a fastest language where there's the least amount of text to load possible. It's just really strange which ones are the fastest these days.
Yeah, it seems to not always be Chinese or Japanese anymore.
Yeah, back in the day it was always Japanese, but now like you look at Wind Waker HD, Spanish and Italian.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, you've got
German.
a combination French text, German.
Yes, forgot about
No, it's
French.
German text and French audio.
Kyle, please. Okay, I'm gonna go for a jump here. Alright, we got it. That just saves having to jump on a little flower over there and gives you the ability to float over to that platform and get the zipper.
Why are those Goombas looking like they're trying to get married, though?
I never knew that. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that. Come on, Cheep Cheep. Alright, so as I said before, the use of motion controls is pretty much everywhere in this game. So attacks like that, I have to shake the controller.
Hope you like shaking.
Hope you like to waggle if you want to run this game. Alright, this jump here is pretty cool. It's not hard, but you can miss it. As I almost did. Okay.
So these evil rabbit guys are called the Brutals. They're basically a really pissy wedding agency. I'm not even making that up. Like that's
Yeah.
that's the actual story.
That is canon.
The entire purpose of these guys is to like put together the reception and the dress and like all the necessary things. Now, the goal of each of these levels isn't necessarily to actually advance the plot, but primarily you just want to get enough moons to power up the Odyssey.
Yeah.
So basically the conundrum with taking a multi-moon like that is they pretty much all come with cutscenes, and cutscenes eat up time that you'd be using to get more moons.
Yeah, we're kind of trying to route out grand moods, but the fact that you get 3 for one thing is pretty strong. Most of the time, the like 30-40 second cutscene is worth it.
Alright, the Wood Kingdom has by far the best music in the game.
That's
With
so
the
good.
exception of some of the vocal tracks, which you will be seeing later, and or hearing. If you can see music, you're probably reading a sheet.
So here's one of the first moons that I'm going to buy. There's one in every world, but not every world buys a moon. This one's just right here, so there's no reason to not grab it. I think one of this run's strong points is the fact that you can change into different, you can change Mario's form, and each different form has a different moveset, so it kind of makes movement kind of interesting. Something worth knowing too is that when you take damage, it makes getting the next moon a little bit slower, because you gain health if you're damaged, and it adds about 2 seconds for every moon. So you want to try to take as little damage as possible.
And the difficulty is much higher in a game like this than it was in 64, for example. 64, you could just get in the water or touch some coins. Nah, here, if you haven't found some hearts or not getting a moon, then you're just gonna stay damaged.
Yep.
The other thing about this game is the moons are in a lot more sometimes obvious places than the stars were back in Mario 64, because that's probably this game's closest competitors, I would say, is Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine. There, the stars and the shine sprites kind of had a mission to each of them, whereas some of these have missions to them and some of them are just kind of there, you know?
Yeah, they're not quite as, like, chapter-oriented.
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of Banjo, in a way.
Yeah, it does.
And that is not at all a bad thing.
No, sir. That
This
would be
game is a lot better than Ukulele.
Yeah. I did enjoy it, though. Yes, I did. For all it's worth, Ukulele.
And that's why I was terrified when I saw A Hat in Time was coming out and proclaiming it'd be some great new collectathon. I'm like, oh no.
Here we go.
And then it was lit.
Still haven't played it, actually.
Dude, get on it.
Yeah.
Like, even after finishing Odyssey, I had to seriously think about which game I thought was better. I mean, of course I ended up going with Odyssey, but like, the fact that I even had to think 5 seconds
says a lot.
A Hat in Time was just that damn good.
Oh, whoops. Not so great movement up there. Oops. So here's a cool little trick you can do with the onion guys, or nut guys. Basically, you just stretch up, and you can skip a little bit of the tower. Nothing too big. Pretty standard Mario fight. 3 hits, and you're good.
A lot of these fights are 3 hits or 3 phases.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, There's a reason it's 3. Like, if it was a different number, it would be weird. Nut guys. Craigasm.
Plus, they're a lot more imaginative than other Mario bosses. I gotta give them that.
On the note of nut guys, please donate some money to the Testicular Cancer Society. These are the professional nut guys who take care of you, or help take care of you when your nuts, or someone you love's nuts, have been diagnosed with cancer. Which is not a great place to have cancer. They also have great pro tips and an app on how to check your nuts quite regularly to make sure that they do not have anything going on with them that they should not.
Mad.
All the moons.
Alright, moving right along. Here is where Bowser decides to get up in your face a little bit.
He decides to square up.
It's not much of a fight, though. There's a little trick you can do with the hat, where you can skip a part of the fight. And that part is where he jumps up and lands on the ground and sends out those little lava rings. If you can punch him before he actually starts doing that, you can just skip the phase entirely. It's a little tricky, but we'll see what happens. Okay, just like that. Close. Okay, this one's a little far away, so I'll do it a little bit earlier. just, just barely got that. Wow. Alright, so I'm going to be trying a new jump in this world. It's, before I was getting a moon that's up in a cave where you have to use the hat to like, hit a bunch of flowers. But this moon's a little faster and it's way more hype. This is new to the route. There we go. So you want to be careful with that this bird up here. If you get too close to him down at the bottom, he'll actually trigger a cutscene where he steals Cappy from you. But you can get around it if you're careful.
Yeah, that cutscene probably eats a full minute or so.
Yeah, it's around there. You have to wait for the cutscene and then go get him.
Then wait for another cutscene.
Yeah, it's pretty bad if you miss it, or if you mess it up. This is probably one of my favorite worlds. It's got really nice movement, and everything's really close together. Okay, right here's where you want to... Okay. I think I can come back from this. Let me see. Yeah. It's okay. And this is the hard one right here. There we go. Had a good position on the wall. And this death is intentional. It takes you right back to the Odyssey.
Quality death warp.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've been streaming for 31 minutes and 15 seconds. Now I've been streaming for 31 hours and 15 minutes.
It's crazy. Alright, right on to New Donk City. This world is pretty hype. There's some cool stuff.
Also, 2 donation incentives.
Yes, that's right. I had to change the route a little bit to fit those incentives, but it worked out pretty well, actually. Like, the amount of moons that you get through doing the festival actually works out to be perfect, where I didn't have to reroute like a whole lot. Plus the one from Scooter.
There's actually 2, you know.
In Scooter?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay, hopefully I can get this jump here. Okay, sweet. Just barely made it.
There's like the moon you get for doing Scooter, and then there's like a sick jump on the left side.
Okay. Luckily, I didn't worry about routing those ones in just in case I missed them, because I figured it'd be like a one-time go-through kind of thing. Alright, this next room has some hard movement. These 2 little Goombas. All they do is get in your way. Should be good. That jump is really scary. Oh. I'm gonna get that flag. I guess we're gonna warp back there later.
The stream pod champing all over the place right now.
Oh, the cannon froze up. Happens. If you shoot too fast, it kind of it freezes up on you. But it's weird because it doesn't always do it. Just kind of when it wants to. Cannon froze up and won't be one cycling. Maybe. Oh my goodness. Okay, well this is the 2 cycle. You can finish this boss in 2 phases instead of 3. That was good. I did not expect to get that in 2. I love how Mario's just in a poncho. Best incentive ever.
Yeah, for real. There's other great costumes that make good incentives later in the run.
Not so much the skeleton one.
Yeah, I only wanted to throw in just one, so we don't slow the run down too much.
Yeah.
But you know, the business suit from New Donk.
That one would have been pretty good too. So if you guys are used to this run, anyone who's seen it, New Donk's going to look a little different here.
Because we want to actually enjoy New Donk.
Yeah. It'll look the same up until the last 8 moons.
I wish I could have been in the business meeting where they decided, so what do people do for fun in New Donk City? Tycho RC.
Oh, started mashing a little too early. Okay, I'm getting this one just to be safe, in case I miscounted, but should be good. So here's where the route's going to look just a tiny bit differently. Oh, I can't warp when I'm sitting down, of course. Normally,
Even Mario's gone on the trash today.
You saw it here. Okay. Oh, looks like I'm doing the slow jump over.
Hi. Oh.
I should have done this before going up, actually. I forgot that he had to talk to Pauline before he can get the musicians, but not a big deal.
Yow!
I was like, oh, this route for the festival's gonna be easy. Yow! Okay. Yow. Yow. They all say the same thing. I never noticed that. Okay, here's where I'm going to do the right here, the scooter race. Here we go. New content. Can I do anything with motion controls? No. Oh my god. He hits you. What the Okay. Oh, no. Oh my god. Am I gonna die? Oh, am I supposed to run him through the ball? Oh, there's a moon right there. Okay, that's fine. Oh my god! I died. Yo, this mission doesn't fool around. Okay, how do I get on it? Okay, he telecasts pretty clearly where he's gonna attack. Okay. I'll even try to get this dope moon that I saw. Go! No. I hope I'm supposed to be falling right now. Sweet. Okay, there's a moon. Did we do it? Oh! Wait. I stuck the scooter on the railing. Okay. Okay, that was well worth it.
I'd say that's worth $10.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun doing that, I'm not gonna lie. I had never done it in my casual playthrough, so that was great. Okay, we're gonna grab the last musicians here.
I think this is the one guy who doesn't say yow.
No, he didn't.
He said like, hey.
Eey. Alright, now to turn the power on. Which I believe, right, is over this way. Yay.
He's still going PB though.
That would be hilarious. Oh, that's kind of scary.
I like how Pauline is already down here.
Yeah, what's up with that? I saw you at City Hall, Pauline. What's going on here? My PB, Dr. Phil, is 118.36. On the speedruns.com leaderboard, my PB is 120. There was an issue in my recording software when I recorded my run, so sadly my 118 is not able to be verified, but easy to beat, so never give up.
Also, doesn't this seem kind of nefarious?
It does, yeah. They're using the stars for the power.
Yeah, all the moons are getting the suck
Or
out of the
moons,
machine.
yeah. All right, I'm not even gonna skip this part of the cutscene because it's so hype.
This whole like section is hype.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, welcome to the New York City Festival, a celebration of the history of our city. And now, to get things started, her honor, Mayor Pauline.
Comes in hard with the bada ba doop ba ba.
Here we go. Off the rails. Now it's time to raise our sails. It's freedom like you never knew.
Oh, Mario's 2D or like sprite looks sick with the poncho. Oh, pfft. Nice. Take. Oh dear. That's close. Pro tip, don't jump in a flaming barrel of oil. Hello? Yeah, Mario pulls a Sonic. I'll even jam out for a second. No, Mario doesn't jam out. No.
You see, if DK had been performing his proper monthly checks, he would have noticed that his sensitive regions would be dangling over like 4 question mark blocks. That's not normal. You should have those question mark blocks checked out by a doctor.
Yeah, something's not right there.
Yeah, if you don't know what it is, and I mean it's a question mark, you don't know. That's the entire point of a question mark.
Had to slam a question mark in chat. I feel like this world here has probably had the least amount of work done on it, routing wise. Just from what I can tell, it just doesn't seem that fast. I haven't looked into it at all. This world doesn't interest me. It's probably one of my least favorite worlds.
This world doesn't interest me. I'm sitting here doing a speedrun marathon.
This world doesn't interest me.
Hey, Strawberry, why don't you go outside something this world doesn't interest me?
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, kind of an unfortunate bonk. I'm gonna lose speed for this. This is one of the other worlds that we're gonna buy a moon. Kind of ran past the shop there a little bit. More than enough coins. Kind of danced around that one a bit. This room you want to be kind of quick because you can get a boost off of this guy's breath if you move fast enough through that first part. Ah, yeah, that jump's kind of monka-ass. Easy backup though if you miss it. It's a lot of muck ass. Yeah, I always find snow worlds are a little on the boring side, but I mean, it's snow, or I guess it's just white. Kind of makes worlds look uninspired, but it is what it is.
If you were gonna do the all main moons, or I don't know what they call it, the world peace category, the race in this level is pretty hype.
The Koopa race? Or
nah, those giant bouncy dudes, the circle dudes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You go into full bounce mode and you race them.
Right, that was super hype.
All these Goombas wanted to do is celebrate the holidays.
Mario's jumping on their head and stuff. Okay, at least I didn't get that bounce. That bounce there would have been bad. Bad bounce. Okay, that was terrifying. A swing and a miss from Cappy there. Not too big of a time loss. Oop. That is though. There we go. It looks better after the boss? Oh, okay. Good point. Nice deadth.
It's a pretty great deadth.
Okay, we're moving right along. So up next is Seaside, which just got a new routing, and it's pretty sweet. There's a really cool jump at the start, and most of the world is done as a cheap now, so you gotta love that. Oops. So you can kind of delay your hat bounce like I just did there, and like I'll do here as well. Or delay your dive off hat bounces, and it'll give you a little bit extra height. Yeah, so that moon just there at the first was a new moon in the route, and so is this next one. This one's a little tricky to get to. Okay, there we go. And if you're traveling sideways, your momentum usually carries through. I wasn't quite high enough there. Okay, so the rest of the moons now are going to be done as a cheap. I like to get the top one there so you don't have to worry about getting damaged by these seaweed dudes. Because again, if you collect a star with not full health, it's 2 seconds gone right there. And like I was talking about earlier with all the different changes you can make with Mario, most of the item or enemies you can possess have like a speed-based move thing. The cheap you can spin around like this. It's a little bit faster than just moving or swimming normally. A little bit of trouble getting that one. Alright. I think if I had my timer up, this would have been a gold segment. Usually I mess up that jump for the third moon in this world. The one you're supposed to use the little blobby octopus guys for that you can fly around in. Okay, this next world is one of my favorites. It also has a pretty nice jump right at the start that saves a decent amount of time. There's multiple ways you can do it as well. It's kind of cool. I like the triple jump. It puts you closer to the moon afterwards. You can also use like a ground pound or a backflip. So like Strawberry was mentioning earlier, with the moons that have the triple ones with the cutscene. Some moons, which are event moons, also have a little cutscene along with them. So routing out as many of those as possible is also kind of important. That was a little weird. Still got up though. Ooh, that was sketchy. I just missed that fork.
I kind of like how few polygons are on all the various fruits and vegetables in the Lunch Kingdom.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. This kingdom has one of the coolest looks, I think. I know not a lot of people like it, but I'm down with it.
I still feel like it was born out of like sheer misinterpretation and laziness.
You think?
All right, guys, we need one more idea for a kingdom for this game. I'll tell you what I need is some fucking lunch.
Lunch!
Johnson, you're a genius.
Lunch! Give that guy a raise.
Give that man some lunch.
Okay, that moon right here that I just got is a new addition. Okay. Now, one of the next moons is, or one of the next two moons are really, really, in my opinion, like it's the hardest two moons in the run. One of them includes a really tight jump as a magma guy, and the other one is like this weird behind the cliff jump that I usually always mess up for some reason. So not this moon, but maybe the next one. And I'm probably gonna land on that spiky. Okay, sweet. I did not land on that spiky. Alright, this room is... it's a nightmare. So fingers crossed. If I can hit one of these magma guys with my hat, that is. Be happy to get out of this room one try. Be nice. Alright, we're good. Here we're just going to grab the fork as soon as possible. The homing attack on the hat. Here's the other weird one. Alright. Game over.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Almost took that one a little too far. Gonna get the fork here too. Saves a couple of seconds. If you ever see me do that weird like rainbow jump in the air, it's just to get a little extra distance. And that's done by hitting A on at the same time as Mario collects the hat again in the air.
We must possess the meat.
Oh, was it Iwabi? Jukin? Iwabi's been playing really well lately. I'm interested to see what my time's going to be with those New Donk City stars and the costume.
Well, I'll let you know when all is said and done.
Oh yeah. We're getting there. Couple more worlds. So we gotta stop and visit a dragon here real quick. This boss surprised me a lot in my casual playthrough. Like, it doesn't fit at all, but that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, honestly. It's way different.
Well, yeah, New Donk City barely fits.
Yeah.
I remember the first shots came out of that, people were mad.
I was like, what is this? I thought that was like the main hub world in the game.
What are those?
What are these PS... Donkey said it pretty well. He was like, the people look like PS2 humans. But overall, it's a really good world. I ended up liking it a lot. New Donk.
New Donk is probably the best kingdom in the game.
Yeah, New Donk, Luncheon, I really like. Seaside is pretty fun.
Yeah, honestly, Desert's pretty good.
Yeah. I just feel like they nailed it on a lot of worlds. Like, they did a really good job with this game. Some are a little less inspired, but you can't nail the... You can't nail it on the head every time. Yes.
You can, however, pull like 3 little anchory thingies out of the head.
Poor dragon. Just rip the nose out of
Bonk
his head.
said head. Oh my god. Do you have any idea how much I paid for these for the piercing shop next to Hot Topic?
Not anymore, son. I gotta say, the dragon looks really good too. You know, like, everything else is all like cutesy art style, like soft looking.
This dragon is menacing as hell.
Yeah. Uh-oh. This might be an extra cycle or phase on the boss. We'll see. No, we're good. You don't have much time to, for mistakes on that. Like when you're on his head trying to knock off the lightning rods or whatever they are. He does not mess around. He gives you like 10 seconds and then you're done. Three moons and we're out of here.
So at what point did you start suspecting that you could go to the moon in this game?
Not until when it happened, I think.
I saw the moon up there, like, I think it was right before I crashed onto those islands, because I was like, huh, I bet those islands look like a place, but that's not the next. Oh, I got you.
Oh, it's
yeah.
the moon.
Yeah, we're going to the moon. Guaranteed.
Spoilers. You go to the moon. Italy makes it to the moon.
Oh, it's Italy, but it's also Mexico.
Right. Oh, whatever.
Sometimes I forget Bowser's Kingdom exists in this game. And
I
it's
usually
super
do
easy.
too.
It's like, oh yeah, I gotta do this part. And it's extremely Japanese. Like feudal shogun style.
Yeah. Even like the little tune that plays when you're a spark. It's on like the, what is it called? What is that instrument?
Shamisen?
Yeah. Oh! Oh! That was so close. Whoa, guys. Yeah, right before I got that moon, I almost dove off the edge.
Woo! I just now saw it.
Whoa.
Ooh, lad.
I didn't quite make that dive. Ah. Not quite. Okay, that's gonna be enough height. There we go. Oop, see you later. Okay, I think I popped out at a good time. Yeah, someone's working on 100%. I'm pretty sure there's been a few runs even done, but not with like a finalized route or anything, or like anything that's like been worked
This
on
is
too
one of
hard.
those that just takes a while.
Yeah, routing it is going to take a really long time. Like routing it well.
It's also probably going to really hurt your hands to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of motion controls. It'd be hours on hours. Oops. Okay, I got 2 long jumps instead of backflips, which if you're moving at all, you don't get a backflip, you get a long jump. It's kind of hard to avoid. Oops. Just gotta go back here real quick. Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, Pants is working on the ties, right? That's weird. So there is a strat for this fight. It's kind of hard. I'll see if I can get it.
This is Chinese, and yes, dialogue is shorter than English. Now, the great thing about being a trash speedrunner like myself is you can plan on running everything. You can tell people you're learning everything. Nobody ever expects you to actually finish a run, so you don't disappoint anyone.
This fight's actually going very well. It's going a lot better than it did in my PB. You can hit her bombs back at her, but it's pretty precise to get them to land into her face. Like, I got all 3. I got 1 in my PB, so... Just to give you some perspective on those hits. Okay, this fight is jokes if you can get the high bounces. They're hard to time. It's this one here. Yeah. It's pretty good. You can also jump on him when he's doing that rotation thing. I'd better try to get a hard at one of these hats. Or just not the boat. There's a hard. Take that. Alright, well that was slow. I really did not want to die No, Blue, I do not plan on running Hanto. Not even once. Maybe.
Hondo runs, not even once.
Maybe the middle category. I think it's like 204 or something, but 124, aka any percent, is so far the only thing that's appealing to me in this one, in this particular game. Not even one doe. Ah, too bad. Looks like I'll just do this route. That won't work. I have to go back down. This jump's a little weird. The camera angle you're giving is less than desirable. But there we go.
It's okay, bait and Kaito's Hundo. It's easy. No biggie.
Don't know if that bird is supposed to be able to get on top of that railing because it looked a little buggy there. Alright, here comes the big fight. This fight has a pretty big time save on it. It's very hard, and if you get it, you're saving like a minute and a half over a normal fight. Basically, you're not supposed to be able to stay on top of it, but there are ways you can do that. And the game tries really hard to not let you do it, but they added like this roar effect that kind of throws you off the top of it if it ever detects that you're on top of it when it's not down. Oh. That right there, that'll happen when you're on top of it as well. So here's how you get around it. Do it twice after the first hit. So this is something big that you want to practice. Here you just want to stay on top of it so you don't fall off. There's going to be a right about here. Okay, it's a good thing I didn't go for that. It's going to take 5 steps and I'm going to be able to do it again. I'll have an opportunity. One last reroll on the top. This one's easy to miss. Okay, I got on. That would save like 45 seconds over my PB when I got it in this run, so that's very good. I'm happy with that. That was a perfect mech fight. I got all the hits I wanted. Yeah, thanks, Life X. That one as well as possible. But no hundo.
No hundo.
So now we have the moon, and we're getting there. Moon skip is another really big trick that It's kind of hard to learn. There's like one little spot on the wall up top near to the spot that you're trying to get to that has a little bit of collision that you can slide on. I'm trying to explain it a little bit before I get there, so I don't have to try and explain it during it. You can pretty much do with the anti-gravity and huge jumps you can get with Mario, you can skip a very, very large part of the moon, including a boss, like the big, thick bunny waifu. Not so much a waifu.
Extra thick.
She is extra thick. It's easy, says Lou. Yeah, I know. It is easy, but it's hard to learn if you don't know what you're doing. Like, I remember looking at it and being like, but I'm not grabbing the wall. Not realizing there was only a very small spot. So here you do not want to jump down to your death, believe it or not. Okay, that was a very weird roll. Can I just get over this? Okay, I tried really hard, but still got hit by it. Not a big deal.
I'll be real. Bowser put a lot of effort into this wedding. Like,
yeah, it's on the moon.
yeah, there comes a point where you just gotta be flattered. Like,
yeah, like I know you're Bowser, but good job.
like
All
you
right.
you scoured the world to get literally the best of everything, and then went to the freaking moon for the wedding. Like,
So there I was a little too far left on the first wall ride, or the first wall grab. That should work. Yep. Ah, interesting. I missed the hat bounce there. So you guys get to see Moonskip again. That happens from time to time, where I just don't quite get a moon hat, or a hat jump. This might be too far to the right. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, kind of a bummer, but it happens. I think it has to do with, like, sometimes I use the same button for dive as I do for hat, which you're not supposed to do. I'm lazy. What a tease. Okay. Final Bowser. I didn't quite hit his hat in the right spot, so I'm gonna have to do it like this. So this is what you usually skip.
look at that. That is like a 67 million carat ring.
It's huge. You really went all out.
This looks like those like celebrity wedding TV shows where they have more money than you've ever even thought about.
And they're using it on a wedding.
Like, not even just the wedding, like part of the wedding. Like, the flowers alone cost 36 million.
Ooh, apparently I have one hit here, so I'm gonna try real hard not to die. I think there's a heart behind me on the ground, so I'll grab that on the way over. Might be too close, but we'll try this. Perfect. Bowser, stop juking me. So there's a little triple jump you can do here that saves a few seconds. And there's a little bit of a shortcut in the 2D Bowser platforming section. I'm going to leave that platforming section part out. I skip there, but I will do this one. There you go.
I gotta say, this ending is very Sonic the Hedgehog.
You know what? I think I would agree with you on that one.
Running quickly out of something that is collapsing.
So Sonic.
It's also pretty Metroid, but like it seems more Sonic.
Uh-oh. Holy fuck. Okay, guys, that's how you die on the 2D Bowser section. It loses about 40 seconds. So you don't want to do that ever. Indeed I have. Oh yeah, Metroid as well. It's kind of Metroid-y.
Yeah, Samus is very good at like blowing up literally every planet she ever goes to.
Okay, let's try not to die. Oops. On the easiest part at the very end. So here you can launch fireballs to blow away the rock before you get to it. Same here.
And this is where Shoji Meguro must have stepped in for the music.
Yeah, this music is super awesome. It's pretty pog champ.
It's very, very Persona.
It is, yeah. I've heard so many people say that as well.
Always shout outs to Twilight Princess.
Oh goodness, the camera there is very scary. You can't always quite see where you're going. Time is going to be Strawberry when Bowser and Peach are on the pole thing as electric things when it explodes. So let me just try to count down for you. 5, 4, 3, 2. Seeing what I got here. 128.30 something.
Yeah, 128.30 something. I was listening to you count it down on the other headset, and I got 5, 4, 3, 2. Like,
Yeah, I
where's
think-
one?
It was like a 5:35 or something like that. 5:35. 128.30 or 41 is fine. So sub 130 with all the extra incentive
All
is
the
pretty sweet.
extras.
Yeah, I'm pleased with that. It's 10 minutes off my PB. Not bad at all. And we met the estimate. Hey, or we beat the estimate.
Yeah, we beat the estimate, and we, most importantly, we learned a valuable life lesson from the ending.
Count louder. So you guys, that's gonna be it for my double block here.
The lesson we learn is, like, if you go to a wedding, the woman will probably take your car.
And leave you on the moon.
Yeah, it's just not even worth it.
Beat the EST even with the death in 2D. Yeah. And the EST was set without the donation incentives being known either, so I'm pretty Craigasm over that.
Yeah, all in all, a very, very good run. That was Super Mario Odyssey in 120-something, 40-something. That was a fast frog.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much for both of those runs. We are getting down now to our very last run coming up. Getting down to Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, quite early, but it seems like Deku and Quaggy are ready.
Yeah, so I guess I'll hand it off to those guys.
All right, thank you again so much for running, Blue. Catch you around.
See you guys next time.